Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Mission Matters. My name is Adam Torres, and today I am at Grant Cardone's headquarters in Florida. And let me tell you, I just got done watching a pitch competition. I got one of the fellow judges on the line right now, Ed, and we got lots to talk about here today. So first off, Ed, welcome to the show.
Hey, man, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
All right, I want to try to give the audience a bit of a feeling for what we both just witnessed. So I'm going to just let you kick it off, man. What do you think about the pitch competition we just saw?
Well, first of all, I think it's such an exciting and powerful experience to have young people that experience an opportunity to take something from a thought all the way conceptualization, and that it manifests itself. And we got a chance to see it manifest itself today.
Yeah. Now, you're an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur. You have large, and you can correct me if I'm off on this, large security business, South Florida,
Yes.
Huge business. Now, when I was their age, I'm going to pick on myself. I wasn't doing pitch competitions and trying to figure out how to do this. These are high school age kids. How is this happening?
Well, you have the Grant Cardone Foundation, which is so powerful. And being a board member, one of the things that makes me proud is the fact that we're doing things like this that's innovative and cutting edge. When you can take kids like this and give them the exposure at this early age, just think of how far we would be if we had come in contact with something like this.
Oh, my gosh.
It's crazy.
So one of the things you did, and I want you to hold it up for the camera, is you on the spot, I got a theory here, you on the spot bought these. It was the 444 brand. This is one of the people that were pitching, so this would be Christopher Murray Davis. And I was like, hold up, Ed bought this. I'm going to look at the camera. Ed bought this on the spot, and I'm like, Ed was here as a judge, but he was also, I was like, man, that's one of one. Yeah. How amazing. Talk about why you support entrepreneurs, and especially in that moment.
Well, when you have someone that goes the extra mile, they go beyond concept to actually put a prototype together. I just put myself in that person's shoes, and what kind of motivation would it be for someone to actually on the spot purchase your product that you just came to pitch, and it was just a prototype. You were just using it as a sample, right? Yeah. But I'm just looking at what could be the impact on that person to say, look, I'm going to buy that from you right now. Yeah. I've seen Grant do this, right? Yep. We had kids here going through the camp where we were teaching different things, and we did a tour of the building. And Grant was talking about the importance of having something to sell. Yeah. So he says, everybody should have something to sell, and you got to be ready at any time to sell something, right? So we walking through the building, we get on the other side of the building, and Grant says, who got something to sell right now? And everybody was standing around looking dumbfounded, right? And this kid says, I got something. He said, well, what do you have? He said, I have a pen. Oh. He says, oh, you have a pen? He said, I want to buy it. Right? Wow. Grant bought the guy's pen for $100.
Come on.
Just to prove a point.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, oh, man, what? I missed that. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. So that was the point. So my way of encouraging the young man and giving him basically kudos for having his props wearing and actually with the brand on there, I said, I'm going to buy this from him. Yeah. And hopefully that'll motivate him to keep going.
Now, I've been interviewing quite a few of the individuals that participated in the event overall, but you mentioned you're a board member, so I feel like you can talk about this on a higher level than just what I experienced here today, because while I think it's amazing, I'm still a visitor. This is my first time here. Obviously, I'm booked or I wouldn't be doing this series. Right. But you as a board member, a lot of different things you could do with your time, with your effort. Why do you choose to be a board member? Why do you choose to get involved with Grant Cardone Foundation?
Well, I can tell you this. I'm a member of an organization called the Circle of Brotherhood. Black men taking responsibility for their own community problems. And across this country, I think we can both agree that the conditions for people of color are not optimal. Yeah. And basically what has happened is, we're in a situation where as a community, we're not basically thriving. We're not doing what we could do. When I met Grant told me, he said, listen, all the crime and all of the issues that's going on in the black community, they could really be solved if people were able to generate money. If they had their own money, crime rate would drop immediately. Yep. He said, I want to help do that. So from that moment, I began to start to bring kids from the inner city over here, and we would do these workshops for them.
Yeah.
This was since 2019. That exposure to people that are working, people that are generating money, being able to see and not just talk about it, has made an impact on so many kids. I can't even tell you how it worked. So from seeing him go past talking, he and Sherry, and now we got Phil, these guys are not talking, they're doing. So it's such a motivational situation for me to be able to come out here and make an impact in these young people's lives. From a nonprofit point of view, hands down, the Grant Cardone Foundation is doing 10 times more than a lot of nonprofits are doing because they're practicing what they preach.
Fantastic. But last question, because I know I only got you for so much time. Or last thing I want you to do, I want you to look into the camera, tell other business owners, other entrepreneurs, other successful individuals why they should be getting involved with the pitch competitions, Grant Cardone Foundation, and really just giving back.
Well, first of all, the first thing that needs to happen is we need to understand that Grant himself is an anomaly. He's an individual that basically went from nothing to one of the most powerful, influential investors, portfolio managers in the world. He has people that's always trying to get with him and trying to figure out how did he do this? And there's a lot to learn from him. Well, I can tell you this. I was in the military. And in the military, right, I was in the Marine Corps at that. And we had a general by the name of Chesty Puller. And General Puller was a general that everybody knew hated bad news. You don't go to the general and give him bad news. Well, there was a battle, famous battle in the Marine Corps called the Battle of the Chozon Reservoir, and the Marines were surrounded. There was no way out. They were down in the valley, and they were stuck. Somebody had to go tell the general that they're stuck, there's no way out, they're totally surrounded, which was extremely bad news. So they had to pull straws, and this poor unlucky guy pulls the straw. He's the one that's got to go tell the general, oh man, we're surrounded and there's no way out. So they say, hey man, you know it's on you, you got to go do it. So the guy goes, and when the guy goes to tell the general, sir, I got some bad news for you. He said, you know how I feel about bad news, right? Yes, I know, sir, but you're the general and you need to know the situation. He said, so go ahead, son, what's the bad news? He said, sir, we're totally surrounded and there's no way out. So the general looked at the guy and looked at him in his face, and he said, what did you just say to me? He said, we're totally surrounded and there's no way out. And the general began to laugh. The guy's confused. He's looking at the general. He's kind of flinching because he knew the general hated bad news. But the general was laughing, and he couldn't figure out, well, why was he laughing? He said, sir, did you understand what I just said? He said, you just said to me that we're totally surrounded and there's no way out. He said, yes, sir. That's what I just told you. He said, son, that's the best news I heard all day. And the guy said, but sir, I don't understand. He said, do you know what you just said? What you just said is if we're totally surrounded and there's no way out, that means no matter where we shoot, we're going to hit one of them. On Mission Matters for business, we are surrounded in an economy that's failing. We're surrounded in times where inflation is running out of control. We're at a time where people are giving up. They feel that they're hopeless. We are totally surrounded by problems that most people don't feel that they can get out of. But that's the best news I heard all day, because mission matters. And if mission matters, that means no matter where we shoot, we're going to hit one of them. And today, the Mission Matters was here at Grant Cardone headquarters, Cardone Capital, the Grant Cardone Foundation, and we are making a difference. And we're going to shoot, and we're going to hit somebody today.
That's amazing, Ed. Well, Ed, first off, appreciate you coming on the show, man. This has been a lot of fun. I'm sure we're going to be doing more work together. I already know. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. If this is your first time with Mission Matters and you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe or that follow button. This is a daily show. Each and every day we're bringing you new content, new entrepreneurs, new ideas, and hopefully new inspiration to help you along the way in your journey as well. So again, hit that subscribe or follow button. And Ed, man, so much fun, man. Thank you for all you do.
Pleasure's all mine. Thank you, and keep up the good work. Let's work together. All right.